kuaccept hauna hiyo job. Hiyo ndio inafanyanga watu wengi wana go into depression. For me I think healing starts when you accept. Kitu ya kwanza ni kuaccept. Ukisha accept kila kitu itakuwa ina flow. Yeah. So hiyo ndo topic yetu ya leo and I hope that you will enjoy. Keep your requests coming and also keep the feedback coming about depression. Una feel aje kuhusu depression? Unaweza encourage aje msee kuhusu mwenye ana go through depression? Tuambie vile una feel kuhusu hii topic and then tuambie pia unataka tulete topic gani next time. And also tutakuwa na a very powerful woman of God from USA. She will be joining us very soon and she will be talking about depression. Stay tuned. DJ, tupatie muziki.
Yeah, so pia kama uko hapo hivyo unataka ku request song, kama unataka ku request song ambayo ita make your day, manze this is your time. And then pia kitu SMS, just tell us where you are watching from and the song that will make your day. At least hiyo pia itakuwa poa. At least tuna big up watu wa mtaa yenu, tunajua unatuona kutoka wapi. Na pia song ambayo unataka pia ku bless kwa leo, tutakuwa tukikuchezea, si ndio?
Kabisa.
Okay.
Bwana panguvu na wanyonge huwawezesha wasio na nguvu. Hey good people, ni mimi wenu Jeff Wallace. Natazama My Generation My Assignment, kipindi katika Nissi TV kutoka Nakuru.
Yaman, them call me MC Shize Panda Kiesa. Niko ndani ya Nissi TV, ndani ya show My Generation My Assignment. Don't touch the dial. You better know right now, repent. Father God know you better, repent. My sister, my brother better, repent. You better know more later. Yaman, big brand representing. Boom. In the time of trouble, you're my own.
Wow, that is MC Shizi with his tune Repent. Anasema ana watch live from Nakuru. Asante sana MC Shizi. Bado watu naona watu wana request kabisa huku. Kevin Kamau anasema nicheze Jesu ni mwadhani. Kevin Kamau from Mwehoko, naona nini mingi. Pia anasema na pia unicheze mkono wa Bwana, ile nimeona mkono wako Bwana. Anasema pia chezewe, anasema tuned in from Mwehoko. Mwingine hapa anasema keep the flames burning DJ Pangraz. Anaitwa Rebecca Nganga. Werimo Simon anasema show iko lit, you are blessing us big time, keep the fire burning. Sally Paul pia amecomment, anasema big brand ministry iko tuned. It is the best show ever, big up guys. Mwingine anasema Ruben has taken us to Jamaica, the show is on fire. Ses pia anasema ako tuned kutoka Nakuru. Princess anasema pia ako tuned in. Sijui kwako?
Kwangu naona message ni mingi kabisa. Naona Rebecca anasema watching with you. So yuko pale side za Nyeri. Rebecca asante sana ukiwa pale hivi Nyeri. Alafu naona Timothy the Chava anasema Sharon and Jones tuning nikiwa Kailo Naivasha. Alafu naona Timothy Cheva anasema DJ Pangraz niko ndani, play for me ile cover amefanya Dr. Jeremy yatacheza. Alafu naona Sally Paul anasema big brand ministry in the house, big up guys, show iko top sana. Naona message ni mingi kabisa. Alafu naona acha nisome hii. Naona Mary Ann anasema I'm watching. Alafu naona Rachel Kitui, I think hiyo jina ya Kitui ni familia. I think ni kendo wa mtu hapa anasema tune in from Laikipia Kenya, Laikipia Kenya, and your husband is doing a good job. Alafu naona Mary Ann sakia pale hivi Githurai Nairobi, anasema show iko top kabisa. Alafu naona wengine tu kuni makofi. Alafu naona pia kuna huyu Ashtiv anasemaje Ashley wanasema, sikujua TV yangu itashika hiyo hehehe. Nimetegea na wangojea na naona show sasa imeanza na mko sawa. TV yako imeshika. Kwambia TV Nissi TV inaona dunia mzima. Alafu unaona anasema my generation my assignment ni Jane Motuko from Nakuru Blanket, naomba song ya Ashti Vumiria ama nikufuate. Asantini. Nimeweza kucheza wimbo yao ambao wameweza kuimba na huyo Ashti ambao wameweza kuimba na huyo kijana mwingine hapo nimetoka kucheza saizi because we support our own, sindio? Yeah.
Hapa naona Rebecca Nganga anasema tuned in, show iko on fire.
Wow.
Yes. Na message ni mingi kabisa zinakuja watu wanasema tuwachezee mix. Kuna mwingine hapa anasema nichezee Rada by Guardian Angel. Mwingine anasema watu wameitisha wimbo za Guardian Angel sana, sijui utacheza kidogo. Na pia anaitisha ya Nika the Queen. Nika the Queen anasema ushuhuda.
Okay.
So back to our topic today. Tunaongelelea kuhusu depression. What do you think causes depression? Keep your views coming. DJ, unadhania ni nini inafanyanga watu wanakuwa na depression?
Depression is story to the life. Ukiangalia vitu kwanza zina happen. Unapata depression inakujanga wakati labda vitu zenye hauko una accept zinakuja, unaona? Alafu sasa shida yenye pia naonanga inafanyikanga ni watu kutokubali. Kutokubali hali, unaona? Because ukisoma pia the Bible says that hakuna kitu yenye happening kwa life ya Mkristo yenye God hajaiallow, unaona? So usipoweka confidence yako kwa Mungu na usipoweka faith yako kwa Mungu, so vitu zingine unakaanga baka unaona heri ni kufe. Like kuna msali kwa amepost alikuwa dread na alikuwa anasema mimi I can't believe God ako. Ati alisema hivyo bedhe na akapost akasema mimi siamini Mungu yuko. Juu kama Magufuli alipenda sana Mungu na alikuwa na faith sana na God na alikuwa amesimama na Mungu na akakufa, unaona? So I don't believe even God exists, unaona? Na ndio nikakuja realize that watu wamesahau that God anapendaga anatakaga kufanya kwake, anafanyanga venye mwenyewe anapenda. Sasa ukiangalia kitabu ya Habakkuk from verse 1, Habakkuk alikuwa complain a lot of things na alikuwa anaambia God, mbona unalawawa watu hizi vitu zifanyike? Manze maovu inaendelea kufanyika kila siku na kuomba, ni kama usikiagi maombi yangu. Yaani Habakkuk alikuwa complain sana. But ikafika mahali sa God akaongea, akamwambia shida yako ni moja. Mungu alimwambia mimi nafanyaga kupenda kwangu. Saizi unaona, saizi maombi ni unafaa uombe ni ku allow the will of God to happen in your life. So wakati unaomba unaambia Mungu may your will be done. Sasa Yesu akifunza wanafunzi wake kwamba aliwaambia semeni Baba yetu aliye mbinguni, jina lako litukuzwe, mapenzi ya Mungu ifanyike. So if the will of God ambayo inafanyika kwa maisha. Kama mtu alikufa unasema Mungu mbona amechukua huyu? Hapana. Mungu hata anasema anavuna kitu ambao ni mzuri. So unasema ati God yako kwa sababu vitu zote zina happen because yeye unaweza omba manzi nataka lakini God will yake ni different na yetu. That's why unaona saizi maombi yenye saizi unafaa uombe ni ku allow to the will of God to be done in your life. So depression inakujaga senye ukubali vitu. Unaona huyu jamaa nilimpenda, nimempatia nini, nimemwekea. Unaona labda ni dem, nimemwekea job, nimemfanyia vitu mob, sikujua ataniacha. So dem akikuacha unakani kama manzi dem ameniacha, ninakufa manzi, ninakufa najua, ndio ajue nilikuwa nampenda sana. Unajua kuna wengine wanafanyanga vitu ignorant. Kuna mtu anasema mimi nitakufa ndio ajue nilikuwa nampenda. Na wewe mtakuja mazishi yako na atakuja tena boy mwingine, so na that is the reality. Na wewe maisha yako itaisha. Na pia vitu ambazo zina happen kama lose job, jua tu ni will ya God. Yani ambia tu God because Mungu anasema akifunga mlango moja kuna wengine atafungua. Because hizo ukiangalia manze kuna shutdown, watu wamevutwa job. Kuna dem jana alikuwa ananitext ananiambia Pangraz manze nimevutwa job, hoteli zimefungwa, nimevutwa job na nimeambiwa niende home. Na kwetu ni Bungoma na kuna lockdown. Unajua umevutwa job, hoteli zimefungwa, umeambia muende home, hawezi enda juu kuna lockdown. Unaona? Ana mahali pa kuishi, ana friend, ana mtu wote friend, ana relative na koro. Mtu kama atafanya aje? Unaona? So unaona kama sasa hauna ile strong ya Mungu, unapata unaweza jiua, unaona? But ukika deep inside because God anajua hata hiyo situation yenye uko na alijua. That's why anasema wakati uliumbwa alikuchola kwa mkono yake. So anasema your life was ordained in my hands. So anajua. So hata anything iki happen, just have mimi najuaga tu ni kutokubali. Alafu unakuwa na faith na God. Unaona? Huwezi commit hizo suicide.
Kama leo nimepost, kuna post nilipost, kuna something that was really ringing in my mind this morning, that kuna vitu zingine una losing kwa life and inakaa ni kama a relief.
Yeah, exactly.
Yani una feel you are relieved. Una feel like this thing, yes, imeenda but imekuwa relieved, and you're like, okay, mbona si feel vibaya? Like it is because God is working on in your life. He is working, and kitu yenye anakuprepare ni very great. Alafu kitu ingine inafanya watu wapate depression is saying harmful words to yourself, telling yourself, mimi siwezi, mimi sijui nifanya nini. That is what causes depression. I mean, you should be your number one fan. Hata kama umeenda umeslide, umekosea, encourage. Sema leo Sharon yenyewe nilifanya hivi na iko ni bamba, lakini wacha tu niendelee. Kesho nitafanya vizuri. Stop saying harmful words to yourself. Don't say harmful words to yourself. Encourage, because wewe ukikosa kujipenda, hakuna mtu mwingine atakupenda. Hakuna mtu mwingine ata feel like this person, hakuna mtu ata believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. The second thing is not following your heart. For example, this happens when unataka kufanya law, lakini mamako alisema kuwe daktari. So wewe ulifanya tu daktari juu tu madhe alisema acha tu ni follow hii daktari, so unafanya hivyo, failing to follow your heart. You know, you can do doctoring, unaweza fanya medicine, na pia kama unataka kukuwa news anchor, you can be a news anchor. Kama wewe passion yako ilikuwa kwa news ama kwa mass communication, you can do unaweza fanya doctor, hiyo sasa degree yenye uko nayo, alafu hii mass communication ukue a doctor that reports about health. So meaning that hata kama desire yako haikuwa fulfilled, it has been fulfilled in another angle and in another way. And the third thing yenye mimi na feel ina cause watu sana wakue na depression ni being disconnected from people we love, being disconnected from people who we thought, or things. Unaweza pata ulikuwa na gari poa ndio hiyo imeenda, na hata uko umechukua insurance inaenda, and you feel disconnected. So zingine we lose our loved ones and we feel so disconnected because maybe walikuwa kama our parents, they were people close to us, and then boom, wameenda. So you feel disconnected. I think the best thing ya kutoa hii depression, ya ku feel like uko sawa, it is accept this person is gone, and then start your healing process. You can also go to a psychiatrist or someone atakuwa na kucoach. Hey, thank you very much for keeping it locked to our show, My Generation, My Assignment. Don't forget to send your SMS. Keep your SMSs coming on 0758 56 60, and then also stay tuned live at Facebook, Nissi TV, and also My Generation, My Assignment. DJ, tupe mziki kidogo alafu turudi kwa our topic.
Yeah, manze, alafu pia about that topic ambayo ni ya nini, kama unataka kuchangia unaweza tu tuambia, maybe ushaikuwa na friend ambaye amepata depression ama ashaijiua ama vitu zishai happen, pia message yako tutaisoma na pia inaweza saidia mtu. Pia unaweza kutuambia nini huwa ina cause depression, unaona nini huwa ambayo ina cause depression upon the life of somebody, na tutaweza kusoma. Na pia endelea kutuambia unatupata kutoka wapi, na pia song ambao unataka, na pia hiyo topic ya depression manze changia, ndio tukiingia pia tunasoma, because najua pia itasaidia mtu pale nje. So acha niweze kucheza hii wimbo ambayo inaitwa Wetaki Ugo, ambayo ilikuwa imerequestiwa na Rebecca Nganga. Alafu kuna ile Mkono wa Bwana, twende tukichezaga hizo request.
Sawa,
It's your DJ Pangraz, the king. Pastoral gospel, DJ from Bangladesh.
I spoke to us about depression. I am Sharon Kamau, and we will be talking about depression. So kindly introduce yourself to the audience, and then we'll continue.
I'll say good afternoon this morning. It's morning my side. Yeah, when you're in two words at the same time, it can be a little bit confusing, but it's a blessing to wake up to this show, my generation, my assignment. So by name, Veronica, W, N, Jude, an apostle by calling and commissioning. I'm also a mother, a grandmother. I'm a counselor. I do Christian counseling apart from ministry. I'm also in healthcare, and I'm passionate about my generation. And so if I say things, I would say a lot, but basically that's what someone would be interested to hear about me now. If anyone has a question, they can ask.
So we will direct you to the interview, and we will talk about depression today. So on your perspective, what causes depression? Well, first you should start with defining the word depression.
All right. Depression is not what most people think it is, because when some people are feeling sad, or they are discouraged, or they come to the end of the rope, some people say I'm depressed. That's what has been really misused. And probably someone started a business, it didn't do well. They ask them, how are you doing? I'm so depressed. My business has not gone well. How is your relationship? Oh, I'm so depressed. So and so is not treating me right. But what we have actually said is depression is not depression. And so I'm grateful that today we're going to be talking or trying to handle depression or describe what it is. And so one of the things that we have to know about depression is that it is a state of the mind. My earphones are blasting me. Like there's so much. I think there's the setting. I need to know what's going on. And so like I was saying, we need to come and demystify. And I'm glad for this show because we have to be, you know, like we have to call things as they are. Because some people hide their failures in names that they don't really understand. Now, one of the things I can say that depression is that it is a state of the mind. Okay, that noise is back. I'm trying to see why it's coming onto my ears. And it is very common in serious medical conditions. Now, I don't know for a long time. Maybe they are going through a certain disease, or they have been in a certain situation for a long period of time. Like probably they have been hospitalized, and they're in bed. They're never getting any better. Their situation is never getting good. Maybe it's probably getting worse. And you go and see that person the way they are, it can be a cause for depression because they don't see themselves coming out of that situation. There's never a way out. So we can say depression is something that it's just a one thing happening. You feel sad, you feel stressed, and you say you're depressed. It has to do with something happening over a period of time. It has to be something that your mind sinks into a state, and then your body follows to that state. All right. So it's not just emotional. It's not just something that is emotional. It has to do with the state of the mind. So I'm trying to describe with the layman's language because the terms I have are so they are medical. If I start talking about the medical terms, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people on this. So I'm trying just to bring very simple words that can help us to understand what depression is. So if someone asks their parents for pocket money, they are not given money, they can say they are depressed, you know. Deep pressed, deep. It has to be deep, pressed, deeply, you know. And you try to rise from it, someone cannot even get up. It's hard. We don't have one major cause for depression. It's not like we can really put our fingers or point our eyes and say this is the major cause for depression. Though there are many causes for depression. One of the possible signs is genetic features. The one is changes in the brain level. When your brain begins to sink, like you're going into a state of hopelessness over a period of time, that can be a cause. And then environmental factors can be a cause for depression. Now, when I was doing a research on that, there are areas where you see people being depressed, and depression has nothing to do with wealth or poverty. We have very wealthy people who are going through depression. We have poor people who are going through depression. So it can be, when I talk about environmental factors, I'm not talking about poor people going through depression. Someone can be super wealthy, super rich, but they still go through it because it has nothing to do with wealth, and it has nothing to do with what you don't have. It's a state of the mind, like I said. And then we have psychological and social factors can be a big thing on that. One of the things about the social factors, if a parent is going through depression and they have a child in their home, it can be contagious. It's not a bacterial or a viral transmission. But when someone is in a home with constant with constant signals of depression, they can be depressed themselves. They can get the vibe, they can get because mind-wise, is what their mind is feeding on. Like we said, it has to do with the mind. It's a mental state. Even if you are treating someone with depression, the person that will look at them is a doctor that deals with the mind, is a doctor that deals with the brain, And so, and another thing that could be a cause is if you heard about bipolar disorder, that it's a condition. That's one of the conditions that can cause depression. Now, what are the signs? I want to look at the signs and the symptoms. And one of the things I want us to know is that one goes into a depressed mood. By a depressed mood, I want to say, you can't even predict what they are going to be doing this time. You can't predict what they are going to be thinking about in the next second. And then they have reduced interest or pleasure in activities they once enjoyed. You find mtu alikuwa anapenda pengine kwenda church, alikuwa anapenda kwenda party, anapenda watu, social beings. Suddenly they don't want to be out there with people. Suddenly maybe they love to play golf, they love to drive, they love to go to work. Suddenly they lose an interest, and because depression is not like a headache where your head aches and kichwa inauma. It doesn't have a painful, haina pain, haina utasikia kiuchungu kwa roho ama kiuchungu kwa mguu, ujue ama uchungu kwa akili. I don't know kama uchungu akili inasikia uchungu, but there will be it's just the emotions, because the brain is in charge of what we do. Like it sends signals to the rest of the body. So when it goes down, the body doesn't feel like doing things. That's one of the major things. So come on, you have a friend, and you yourself look at yourself. You used to be chatty in WhatsApp groups. You used to be on Facebook, a social media person. Suddenly you may lose interest. Your social media may lose interest. Mpaka ya kukula. Kuna watu unajua wanapenda mkulo. Suddenly hana appetite, and it's something they enjoyed eating. Unafikiria ako diet, but they are not on diet. Actually, it causes a lack of interest. Mtu alikuwa anapenda makeup, unamwona ametokea yule moja iko north, ingine iko south, like anatokea kama compass direction. They love to look together. Then suddenly they don't look put together. That can be a sign. Sisemi ile siku moja, but unaona siku hizi ni kama amechapa, ni kwa nini anakaa hivyo? That's one of the signs and symptoms. Another one is a loss of sexual desire.
Let me cut you. I want us to rush through the signs and symptoms, and then we go to the treatment or what you can do to these people who are depressed because of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
We have
and then the last one I want to do on that one. 5 minutes. We'll be done in 5 seconds. Another one is feeling of fatigue. Someone feels fatigue, loss of energy. Some people feel unhappy. They feel guilt. They feel they're never enough. They'll never amount to anything. Some people can even be suicidal. People who think about suicide should think about depressive lines. Maybe, and you can see with depressive people or depressed people, they can kill themselves. You've seen in relationships. And then we also see some people even get agitated easily. They get angry easily. Now, what are the treatments? And let me say this. This is a very wide topic. Probably getting time another time. I would like to even speak some more on that, because it's a very wide topic and it cannot be covered in a very notice. It's very wide.
Yeah.
And when you mention things, probably someone will ask, what does that mean? But it could be something we can deal, because there is also different types of depression for women, different types of depression for men, and different types of depression for teens. So kuna ile inaongea miaka, kuna ingine gender based. We need to look at the gender based depression, which is very common in our days. Zamani hakukua hii mambo ya depression too much. Now let me look at the treatment as I'm about to wind up. Now in severe cases, in very severe cases, tuna antidepressants. Very severe cases, we have medications. Kuna dawa mtu anatumia ya kumsaidia. So it can be treated. Kuna cure. There is a medical approach to it. Of course, as a Christian, I also advocate for prayer as a Christian. But we also need to also seek, as we go by faith. It's good to put work into the faith. And so there are special places someone can go to. Wanatibiwa, they can be given antidepressants. Now, kuna also a way also of treatment is trying to understand people. We live in a very judgmental world. Probably unaenda through an issue and then watu waanze kukuingilia, like mtu anakutana na wewe anakuambia let me call you, hata nikuite jina yote tu, nikuite Karendi, because unajua I am very careful with what I can say. Something happy nikuite tu Karendi, jinajua si jina yako, so this is not gonna follow you. So mtu aseme Karendi, nasikizi umejiachilia, ona vile unakaa, and you're fighting something internally, So another way of helping someone with depression is to when you see people, let's show love. Unaweza kuta una depress mtu mwenye ako already on their way to commit suicide, already ameamua they want to give up, already ameamua they don't want to fight anymore. Alafu social media, mtu amepost picha yake, we do body shaming. We don't know whether that person is going through a moment in their life. Wewe umeona watu amevaa kitu fulani social media. That's the smallest community we have today. Unakuta tunaongea mtu, before we set our hands on the keyboard, ask yourself, maybe this someone is going through something. So another way is to help them, other than seeking medical help where they can be given the antidepressants, is to give these people an environment of peace, an environment of acceptance, an environment of appreciation. Hata akifanya kitu kidogo tunamuappreciate. It can be a good day, because wengine wana think out because ya kusikia kwamba they are never enough, like I said. So maybe your spouse suddenly withdraw, hana sexual feeling, and I'm talking about married people. If you're watching me, you're not married, but I'm not talking about that boyfriend thing you do just much, and that's not right. I can never fail to talk about ati wewe na boyfriend yangu siku hizi labda amepata mtu ndio anitishi ukaisha mzigo mpaka akuoe. So if your spouse is not asking for their goodies, if they are suddenly withdrawn, don't just rule out and he or she is cheating on me. It could be a sign that they are depressed. Kuna kitu ana go through that maybe ameshindwa kushare na mtu, na inakuwa even some people when they mourn their loved one, pengine aliondokewa na mtu wao, aka go through a period, nobody help them out, they sink into depression. Now another way is to help them walk their journey. So other than seeking medical help, now one thing also that we need to know, ikiwa mtu amepewa dawa, I'm trying not to use the neuro words and the neurotransmitters. I'm trying to come to a layman's language, like I said. Ukikuta unatumia dawa, pengine mtu ako hospitali na pengine zile dawa anatumia zinamfanya anaenda into a state ya mind yake kwenda chini. It's good to communicate with your doctor how you're feeling, and usingoje mpaka the next visit ya daktari, wende mwambie vile unasikia ama vile usikii. It's good to communicate, it's good to open up, because ukingoja watu wengine waone ya kwamba you are going through that, they will never be able to see. Watafikiria siku hizi una behave inafanywa, but they cannot put on it. So you are the best person to know that I am thinking deep into something. And so the first treatment starts with identifying you have a problem and you purpose to rise from it, and then seek help. There are religious leaders who are sober, they can help you. Alafu tuko na other avenues also, like seeking medical help. And so yeah, that could be a good thing. And if it's the environment, change your environment. If it's relationship that is causing you to go that direction, you can stop it, you know. I mean, just try and find out your cause. And like I said, we don't have one major cause, it could be many causes, and then cut it, and then change what you did before you went into that kind of a state.
Thank you very much for finding time to come to our show, My Generation, My Assignment. We are very grateful for your time, and we are thankful. Thank you very much.
Can I
Have you been searching for a plot to build your home? A place with beautiful environment, accessible roads, modern schools, electricity and water? Relax. Your prayer has been answered. Your real partner is here. We have a new breathtaking project located at Ruai Joska, right next to Sunshine Duvoine. We are selling plots going for a super special offer, sanitizer gardens. And don't forget, all these plots have ready title deeds. Call us on 0714 717 777 or 0727